This is the day the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. So reads our gospel acclamation for today, Tuesday within the octave of Easter, as we luxuriate in this 8-day period granted us liturgically to ponder Jesus' resurrection in Scripture and in our lives. Our gospel is probably well known, yet as always, open to being seen with fresh eyes, that we might see the depth of meaning it holds for us. In John's Easter Sunday gospel, we saw Mary Magdalene finding the tomb empty, then running to get Simon Peter and the other disciple. Upon entering the tomb, they find the burial cloths, but the tomb empty. And now today, Mary, weeping in the garden, mistakes the risen Jesus for the gardener, an event only described in John. Biblical scholar Sandra Schneiders sees 3 movements in this passage, and looking at these may provide deeper insights for reflection. According to Schneiders, we see Jesus encountering Mary, who is symbolically the Johannine community, the church, the new people of God, moving from spiritual blindness to conversion and then becoming the Easter apostle. At first, Mary's blindness is indicated by her fixation on the bodily Jesus whom she knew, not yet ready to understand Jesus' resurrection, saying to the angels, "They have taken my Lord, and I don't know where they laid him." She progresses from her spiritual blindness to conversion, articulated in the sparest of passages in the Gospels. Jesus saying, "Mary," and her response, "Rabboni." In that moment, Jesus effects her conversion in saying her name, and Mary recognizes Jesus whom she loves in a different reality, the teacher who alone is the way, the truth, and the life. Finally, Mary becomes the first, the Easter apostle, as Jesus says to her, "Stop holding on to me." That is, stop holding on to me as you knew me in my earthly form. Schneider sees here Jesus redirecting Mary's desire for union with himself to the new locus of his presence in the world, saying, "Go to my brothers and tell them I am going to my Father and your Father, to my God and to your God." Then Mary goes to report this good news to the apostles, the Johannine church, and to us. In light of this gospel, I suggest reflecting on a few questions. To what extent might each of us be spiritually blind, that is, stuck in one way of seeing, not yet ready to have our eyes opened, perhaps personally in our relationships, or spiritually in what God might be inviting us to? And if so, might not an invitation be to ask God for healing, that we might see with new eyes God's presence deep within our daily lives, in our sorrows and in our joys, and in our suffering world? Or rather, might we be invited to joy, simple joy, our own, and to be shared with others? I might also ask to what extent we are ready to embrace the resurrected Jesus, to, as St. Ignatius of Loyola suggests in his spiritual exercises, know Jesus intimately, love him more intensely, and follow him more closely. And finally, to what extent are we ready to go on mission in a manner similar to Mary, who moved from weeping and darkness into new Easter life, the first to bring the good news of love and new life to the apostles, the church, and us. May we rejoice and be glad in this day the Lord has made, and in our lives, always being renewed through the Easter mystery. Our responsorial psalm says, "May your kindness, O Lord, be upon us who have put our hope in you."